All right, folks, you can discontinue calling for the tickets. We've given them away, and we'll probably have some more tomorrow or a little bit later. But right now, you can just hang up and say, well, better luck next time, right? We welcome Dr. Chip Harris to our program. Dr. Harris is from Erlanger South Family Medicine, and we're going to talk about the importance of getting that flu shot and battling the flu bug as it starts coming through. Now, the flu is not hit so far, has it? Right.
There have been no reported cases that we know of in Tennessee or Georgia yet. Scattered stuff kind of west of in the country, Texas, California, a few places here and there. We usually don't see flu until January, February. The latest I've seen around here in the last few years has been April. But
April? Wow.
But for the most part, January, February is when we start seeing cases of flu.
Then why is the push on to get a shot now?
It takes that long to get everybody in.
Okay.
The shot.
Well, yeah, you're talking about thousands and thousands of people.
Exactly. The flu shots typically give you good coverage for at least about 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So getting it now is not going to be a problem when you start talking about if we get flu in February, you'll still be fine.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Didn't I read somewhere, or maybe one of you physicians told me over the years, that it takes like 3 or 4 weeks for the shot to actually start doing your body good or warding off the evil spirits?
Yeah, I think 2 weeks is probably the minimum that you need to develop immunity to influenza, but ideally probably 3 or 4 to get a higher level to give you better protection.
What about for that person that says, I didn't get one last year, didn't get the flu, I can weather it out again?
Sure. You're playing percentages there. Flu is a virus. It's very contagious, just like colds, just like strep, although it's a bacteria. But anytime you get the flu, it is a big deal because it can be very serious. And the thing we worry about are the complications of flu in particular.
Such as?
Pneumonia being the most common one. And for folks who are a little bit older or who have chronic medical conditions, we really worry about complications. There are about 225,000 hospitalizations each year across the country because of flu, about 36,000 deaths attributed to influenza.
Wow.
So it's a very important disease to prevent, and it's easy to prevent. You know, it's a simple shot, or for those who are needle phobic, a nose spray can take care of that.
And you know, that's interesting because the price of a shot for the most of the places is around $25 or so,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
I mean, and that, you know, versus being sick for weeks and not counting being away from work, and the possibility that depending on your age, or I guess even children could perhaps. You know.
When you take into account the direct cost of being sick, the doctor visits, the medications, whatever, and then the indirect costs as well, you're going to be out of work for at least a week for the most part. That's a lot of money. And getting a shot for $25, or again, if you have insurance for most people, or Medicare, it's billed to the insurance company, it doesn't cost you anything really, is an easy way to prevent this disease. Your arm's sore for a day. You know, typically, and that's about it. Complications are very, very rare from the flu shot itself.
Some people sometimes will say that it sets up a reaction, or they could be allergic to some of the stuff that's in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into the vaccine itself. It's not just the virus. There's preservative and other types of things that go in there. Typically, the most common thing we see, which is rare, is going to be a little local reaction on the arm, something like that. A little soreness, a little red spot. Serious life-threatening reactions are extraordinarily rare, on the order of 1 in a million. So nothing to worry about. It's not a reason to not get a flu shot.
And you folks are going to be giving some shots, right?
Yeah, Erlanger Health Link has some flu shot clinics today at Erlanger North until 4 o'clock, and then I think on the 11th and the 13th. Do you have that?
We have a graphic there if you put that up, please, ma'am. But today they're at Erlanger North, which is located out there in Red Bank.
Yeah, the time for registrations is passed, but they said you can walk on up and get one. For those coming up on the 11th and 13th, please call 778-LINK to register.
Because even though it's there, you got to register.
Yes.
They want to know how many folks.
Exactly.
We will give you the number. That's on the next page if you can. There you go. And the cost. See, it's $25 primarily for those 18 and older. And Erlanger will file to Medicare. But for appointments, call 778-LINK, 778-5465. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Pleasure to see you.